Blessings, everyone. Today, Spirit is encouraging to share an oracle reading for the collective from Messages from the Guides. And this is a card deck from James Van Praagh, who is just an amazing soul. And I love these because this brings out a general message that we can all contemplate throughout the day. First, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be this medium of light. And I ask the guides for the collective to please step forward so I may bring a message for the highest good. Thank you. I'm so grateful. And I always have a shuffle 3 times. One of the shuffles embodies the energy of Source. The second embodies the energy of Spirit. And the third embodies the energy of the soul. And that helps align our connection with Source to the higher self in spirit and the soul that helps us express the story here. And then I just kind of move the cards around and they're going to tell me which ones to pick. Sometimes it comes flying out. They're saying, take this one. Kindness counts. And as I feel the energy is pulling forward, I say this is a very simple statement in our world. Kindness counts. And most of us have gotten to that space where when we experience a beautiful act of kindness, that it's very easy for us to then pass that on to the next person or the next animal or beautiful place that we live in the world. But kindness also counts for ourselves. And a lot of times, Spirit is saying that we're very, very comfortable being kind and loving to strangers when we hold the door. Or kindness for the people that we love so very much. Our friends, our family, even our gardens, our pets. But when was the last time that we gave ourselves this kindness? Why are we so hard on ourselves? They're showing me an inspiration board and they're saying that sometimes we get inspired and when we get this surge of energy and we've had someone be very kind with us and then we go and we create these achievements for ourselves that sometimes can be very out of reach in that moment. And what Spirit is saying is that the kindness that counts for everyone should also be that same kindness and grace that we give ourselves. And that is a message we hear repeatedly from anyone who shares a spiritual perspective. Even sometimes from our great-grandmothers or best friends. Sometimes it is the stranger on the bus that tells us something kind and then kind of gives us that message, interestingly enough, that we have to also be kind to ourselves. Yet, Spirit is saying, we raise the bar with ourselves because we want to be a little tough. Or we raise the bar for ourselves because we do have a very good self outlook and we feel like we can achieve certain things. And that's beautiful. The dedication, the hard work, the motivation. But what happens when something comes up like, we know life is here for our lessons and to teach us and expand our consciousness. So we're going to have challenges. And what do we do with that? Do we spend a lot of time saying, today I didn't get the 45 minutes on the treadmill. I only did 10 minutes. Or, wow, I was on a roll with my diet and I was eating so healthy and today I just had a freak out and ate a bag of chips. It's okay to step back and see the big picture. That's what we're supposed to do. And in hindsight, look back and say, I could have done better. I made better choices. All these things we know. This is innate. But does it linger? When we're having another struggle, are we rehashing all the things that we didn't accomplish, or the little recent mistakes. These little mistakes that we see as mistakes, Spirit sees as challenges, just these challenges for us to reinvent a new way of doing something. It's giving us a different opportunity to make a different choice. Sometimes it's just to encourage us to step outside of the moment. And then once we see this and we recognize, we have to let it go. We have to be kind with ourselves, and we have to say, I didn't make the right choice. But this isn't a wasted thing, because now I know. And Spirit is saying we know this. Then why sometimes do we not show ourselves the kindness that we show others? Spirit wants us to recognize there's a big difference between setting the bar a little higher for ourselves because we know what we're capable of, and being unkind to ourselves and resonating in that space of guilt or remorse or even anger at ourselves. And don't collect these moments. So when something comes up that's a big challenge that maybe we weren't fully accomplishing in that moment, that we start going over that list in our heads of all the things we didn't do, and create this perspective of unfinished business in our lives, because that just creates more karma and it holds us back. So the message today is very clear, and we've heard it time and again, but this is just a gentle nudge and reminder. Be kind to all of those around us, whether it's Mother Earth that we live in this beautiful world, or the stranger that we hold the door, our family and friends, our pets, and ourselves. Because we have to give the same kindness we're willing to receive. We have to get in that frequency. And if we don't know the frequency, if we can't be kind to ourselves, we're not going to be able to fully give this to others so they may embody this. Walk the talk, learn by example, and be kind to thyself. They're pulling their energy back. Much love, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to share this beautiful message.